So today we're going to dive into something called Raja Yoga, often known as the royal path. It's this profound ancient system that's not just about getting flexible, but about mastering the one thing that can be the most complex thing ever, our own minds. Let's dig in and see how it works.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? You're trying to focus or just chill out, maybe even fall asleep, but your brain is just nonstop. It's running this constant loop of worries, to-do lists, and totally random thoughts. Well, that internal noise, that's what we're all dealing with. And it's the exact problem Raja Yoga was created to solve.
And look, this isn't just some random background noise. In ancient yogic philosophy, this chatter is seen as the main obstacle to finding real peace and clarity. Why? Because it keeps us distracted and totally disconnected. So how do you even start to tackle that? Well, the answer is right there in the real definition of yoga. Okay, get this. This one line, right, from the foundational text of yoga, it basically sets up everything. The whole goal isn't just to stretch your hamstrings, it's to actually still the waves of your own mind. This is a huge rethink of what most of us believe yoga is all about. So the system actually gives a name to all these mental fluctuations, chitta vritti. Think of it as a technical term for, well, all of it. Your thoughts, your emotions, your memories, the whole shebang. And here's the kicker. Raja Yoga says our suffering doesn't come from the thoughts themselves, but from the fact that we get so caught up in them, believing we are those thoughts, instead of the quiet awareness that's just watching them. All right, so if the problem is this endless mental chatter, this citta vritti, what's the fix? Well, that brings us to the royal path itself. And they call it royal for a reason. It's about becoming the master of your own mind, the ruler of your inner kingdom, so to speak. And this is a really important point. Raja Yoga isn't really about bending into a pretzel. It's much more like a deep psychological science. What's so brilliant is that it sees the mind as both the problem and the tool you use to achieve your own freedom. Okay, so this path isn't just made up. It's built on a really deep philosophical foundation. You've got Samkhya philosophy, which kind of gives you the map, making this super important distinction between your pure awareness, the real you, and everything else, including your thoughts. And then you have the Yoga Sutras, which are basically the instruction manual, the step-by-step guide to actually experience that difference for yourself. So that all sounds great, but how do you actually do it? How do you walk this path? Well, Patanjali boils the whole method down to just two key ideas that have to work together perfectly: practice and detachment. So let's break these two down. On one side, you have abhyasa. Think of this as the engine. It's the hard work, the discipline, the stuff you do day in and day out. And on the other side, you've got vairagya. This is your steering wheel. It's all about letting go, not getting attached to the results, which keeps your ego from taking over the whole project. And this is where it gets really smart. See, if you only practice, you can get a huge ego, trying to be the best meditator or the most spiritual person. But if you only focus on detachment, you might just end up being passive, doing nothing at all. You need both. You need the gas pedal and the steering wheel to actually get anywhere. Now, to help us get that balance right, Raja Yoga gives us this amazing, super practical framework. Seriously, you can think of it like a complete toolkit for your mind. And it's known as the 8 limbs. But wait, before you even get to the main path, there's this kind of prep stage. It's called Kriya Yoga. It's got 3 parts. First, there's tapas, which is all about discipline to build that inner fire. Then there's svadhyaya, which is self-study, really getting to know your own mind. And finally, Ishvara Pranidhana, which is basically about surrender, letting go of that need to control everything. All 3 of these together basically get the soil of your mind ready for planting. Okay, so once that ground is prepped, we're ready for the main event. This is the famous 8-limbed path, the complete blueprint for changing your life from the inside out. And here they are. What's so cool is how they move from the outside world right into the deepest parts of you. It starts with ethics, how you act. Then it moves into mastering your body and your breath. And from there, the whole journey turns inward. You withdraw your senses and then dive into these really deep states of concentration, meditation, and finally, total absorption, or samadhi. Now get this. When you take those last 3 limbs, concentration, meditation, and absorption, and you focus them all together on one thing, that's called samyama. This is like the powerhouse of Raja Yoga. It's a technique that can literally unlock profound insights about, well, everything. Okay, so after all this work, all this practice and discipline, where are we going with this? What's the point of it all?
The goal is absolutely massive. It's nothing less than total, complete freedom.
The final goal has a name, Kaivalya. It means liberation or sometimes aloneness. But this isn't about being lonely. No way. It's about your pure awareness, the real you, finally standing on its own, completely free from getting mixed up with all that mental noise. This is it. This is the ultimate release from suffering. And this brings us to maybe the most important takeaway of the whole system. This incredible freedom, it's not a gift. It's not something you just believe in and get. It's an achievement. It's something you earn through your own sustained, disciplined inner work. The power, 100%, is in your hands. So, this all leaves us with one last pretty big question to think about. Raja Yoga is basically telling us that everything we're looking for, peace, clarity, freedom, it isn't somewhere out there. So what if the key to all of it was already inside your own mind, just waiting for you to do the work to uncover it?